demonstrate a scientific experiment of inserting the paperwork into your rectum. On a serious show, we're going to stick some paperwork in our ass. I'm not going to shove my paperwork in my ass, but we are going to demonstrate to see if it's even possible. So what I've got here is I've got a little laboratory set up so that we can see if it's even possible to shove your paperwork up your ass. Now this is good for this show because the topic of this show is big mouths, bullies, and the optical illusion. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, share it, leave some messages or comments, thumbs up, hit the notification bell on all upcoming episodes. Let's get into the scientific experiment of shoving your paperwork into your rectum. I don't even know that's possible. Not with this motherfucking paperwork right here. Alright, so here's what we got right here. And I want you to see this, okay? Look at that. You see it? You see it right there? This is my pre-sentencing report. There's the charge right there. Bank robbery down there. You can see it. Count one, count one. See it? Count one. Count one. Alright. This is your driver's license. This is your paperwork in the federal system. But we're going to use it just for this purpose because it's like I probably try to tell people a million times. Your 128 is your real driver's license in the CDC. You don't get that until you hit the main line. And if you're going to show up on the main line and you're going to hoop your paperwork, your driver's license, I guess it's going to be your discovery. It's going to be your police report or something to that effect. Whatever the case, it's going to be a large document like such. This right here is 26 pages long. Look. 26 pages. This fucking paper clip is bending. This shit's so thick. Now let me tell you something about this. This is a single count indictment. A single count indictment. And you see, you know, there I am right there. And it goes and it keeps going. And goes on. It's got all your priors on there. All your fucking priors. All that shit. This pre-sentencing report that's put together by the feds is pretty damn thorough. It's real thorough, right? I mean, this shit goes all the way back in time, man. I mean, they remember when I fucking lost my first tooth and buried it under my pillow for the tooth fairy. They have the time and date when my balls first dropped. They have reports from my school, my high school, junior high, everything, man. It's all right here in this paperwork. It's all right here. So we're going to do this experiment right here. So I got some stuff for it. Look what I got. All right. Latex glove. See that? Yeah, the glove. I'm going to stretch it out a little bit because it's a lot of paperwork to shove up your ass. You know what I mean? And what we got here, got a little bit of castor oil. Going to need that castor oil. I mean, you're probably going to need this whole jar. And as you can see, it's pretty full right there. You're going to need the whole jar of castor oil to shove the paperwork up your ass. So let's go ahead and get in this little experiment. Got it all right here. We're going to see if this is possible. Because I don't think it is. But we're going to test it. And I'll be the first one to admit if I'm wrong. If this thing can actually be inserted into somebody's anal cavity. Damn. Try this one. Try this. Houston, we appear to have a problem. I don't think I'm going to take this with this and stick it up this. You've got to be out your motherfucking mind. You're going to have to wait for my attorney to send that shit, and you're going to have to wait for my 2028G, because I am not shoving that up my ass. My fucking rectal cavity will be bleeding. My fucking guts will be swollen. My colon will be tore up. Ain't no way I'm going to rip my sphincter out with this. We just proved right there that that shit ain't possible. To fucking hoop your driver's license, your discovery. Just ain't going to happen, man. It's not realistic at all. We debunked it. That's debunking that shit. That's debunking the first scenario of an optical illusion that a lot of you just can't seem to look past, man. A lot of you are just stupid and gullible like that. I mean, my comment section is littered with a bunch of these trolls, man, telling me all this shit. Optics don't work with me. I've seen a million different kind of guys over the years, all up in the system, all on the streets. Big mouths, bullies, pushing optical illusion in order to gain something or to get ahead in some way, shape, or form over the next man or woman. It's a regular practice of the hustle, a con man, and it works in a lot of cases. I mean, look at how gullible a lot of these people are out there. They're soaking this shit up like a chamois towel. I mean, goddamn, man. These people are so stupid, I could convince probably half of them that a magnifying glass will really enlarge their little dick. I mean, I'll send you a magnifying glass. You can stick it down to your little penis, and I will convince you that it'll make it bigger. And you'll believe it, because the optical illusion will show you that it's true. I mean, this shit's just like a charlatan in the 1800s selling snake oil, man. He's got your tongue turning green, your hair falling out, and the whole time, you're like, damn, man, how did this all happen? Well, it's because you're stupid. You're slow-minded. You got no street smarts. Most of you, please don't get up into the street game. Don't get up into this business at all. Don't go to the pen. Don't do none of that stuff. Because you're not going to last. Because you're going to be just dumb as fuck, and somebody's going to turn you out or use you all up or whatever it is, man. You're going to get struck out, or you're going to get a butthole full of cum. One or the other. It's going to come to you. That's how it's going to happen. Because people in there, they know how to use the optical illusion too. You got strong, you got weak, you've got big, you've got little, and they know how to play it, man. They know how to play on people. They know how to run an image in order to sell their agenda to you. It's real easy. Obviously, look at how many people fall for a lot of this shit. I mean, think about a cult, for example, right? Think about David Koresh or Jim Jones. I mean, damn, Jim Jones was a cold cat. This cat basically had everybody rinsing their asses out with freaking vegetable oil so that he could straight stick his pee-pee up in them. I mean, everybody in there, every man, woman, child, everything, old, young, didn't matter to Jim Jones. He was that kind of weirdo. I mean, this cat had this whole place so locked into his message, his optical illusion, that he was a prophet of God, that he had them all drink the Kool-Aid. That's where the saying, drink the Kool-Aid, came from. You got to wake up, and you got to think for yourself. Too much of this group mind think bullshit, man. That's why Prison Break Raw took form. Basically to tear you down with that raw, uncut, uncensored, no sugarcoating, non-politically correct content, to basically slap you with a dick of reality and get you up out of this, man. Big mouths. What are they? Who are they? And where are they at? They're all over the place. They're all up in the pen. They're in the streets. They're on your block. They're at your job. They're everywhere. And they convince a lot of people because they talk a good game. They're always bumping these gums. But you could beat that, man. You could be better than that by recognizing real. There's always a way to tear holes in somebody's story. Always a way to do it. You can always find an inconsistency in every liar. It's like a hidden metaphor, man. It's like a mystery. It's an esoteric piece of knowledge. It's a gem that's buried in a mountain of shit. You'll be able to find it real easy. I'll give you an example of one such optical illusion from a big mouth and a bully. Bullies are the same thing. Most big mouths are bullies. Most bullies are big mouths, right? A lot of the times, people that are bullies got no self-esteem. People that are big mouths, same thing. No self-esteem at all. When they look in the mirror, they don't like what they see. So what do? They try to change it by any means necessary. They'll spend thousands of dollars to reshape their whole body, their image, everything. They'll paint themselves all up, do all these different things, twist and turn and manipulate the optics in order to get you to believe that they're something that they're not. It happens all the time. I see it all the time. If I had $1 for every one of them kind of people I come across in my life, I wouldn't have to do this show because I'd be a millionaire. I'd be living in a beach in the Bahamas somewhere. It's real, man. This is really real. The advice that I'm giving to you, pay heed to it, man, because it could save your life one day. Most of you got no business being in the streets. Like I said, you ain't cut out for it. If you that stupid, you'll believe anything. If you that dumb, you believe that I got a bunch of swampland in Arizona for sale for 25 cents an acre, and I'll sell it to you, and I'll get you for your money. Dumbass people, man. All up on my comment section, blowing it up with this shit, right? Big mouths is what's basically incites a lot of excitement in people, and it makes them do stupid things, man. It makes them lose the ability to think for themselves. I learned how to think for myself a long time ago once I saw through the bullshit. Once I peeled back the curtain and I saw what was really going on behind the scenes, and boy, was it an eye-opener. In life, everything, man. I mean, shit, I didn't even know the difference between the news until one day I watched CNN and then I watched Fox 2 minutes later, and I saw that there were two different news opinions pumping out two different forms of optical illusion in order to get you to believe their agenda. And another one that goes with optical illusion is neurolinguistic programming. People that got that gift, there's some out there that got it. They will talk you up out your underwear. You could be straight as hell, and this man can talk you into becoming gay and having some gay Brokeback Mountain sex with him. It can happen, man. I mean, people are that good with it. But you got to be above that, man. So, lesson 1 to being street smart. Nothing is ever what it seems. It's never what it seems. Don't believe nobody, trust nobody. And 99% of everything that you hear is bullshit. The minute you start believing that, and you start seeing that, and you convince yourself that this is a reality, you could break free from the optical illusion with just that one thing, just that one piece of advice is all you got, and you can break free from it. You will defeat any magical spell that a big mouth will try to put on you. All the time, every time. So I'll give you an example of big mouths gone wrong and bullies that just got their asses handed to them, like with the quickness, and it goes like this. 1999, back on the block, all up in a level 3 prison, right? So this one cat, he's all big, he's got all these tattoos, he's that guy that people are afraid of. This fool talks a good game too. He's pumping out more wind than all the windmills of West Texas. And he's got people believing that he is like that. And he's got this kid in there, man. And I like to call this situation right here the Biff versus McFly from Back to the Future situation. This little kid didn't want no problems. Every time he saw Biff coming, he'd go the other way. But one day, Biff backed him into a corner. And what happens when you back an animal into a corner? Scared, fight or flight takes in. And this young man beat the brakes off this big dude, man. I ain't never seen an ass whooping so crisp. He was just giving it to him, man. He's popping him and popping him and popping him and kicking him and knee dropping on him. And this big ass fool was balled up. All right, it's over. It ain't over because that fool was bringing it to like a Wolverine on a bear. Just giving it to him, man. He was killing him. Optical illusion, man. That fool lost all credibility, all respect, and he was gone before you know it. It always happens that way. Things are not always what they seem. I remember seeing this one cat. He had his face was all blasted up. He was like that. He's pushing his way through the halfway house. I was running a check on somebody else through Megan's Law for a buddy of mine, and I seen his face in there. Straight up sex offender. Straight up. Optical illusion. He had everybody thinking he was a gangster. He was talking about he's with the gunplay, man. That he was pushing keys across 6 states. That he shot a hoot on. He did all this stuff. And he had everybody convinced of that. People were scared to fucking death of him. Lewd acts with a child under the age of 11 years old. That's exactly what his charge was in Megan's Law. Optical illusion at its finest hour. A magician pulling a rabbit out of his ass and making you believe that he actually pulled it up out of his ass. Just like pulling that paperwork up out of his ass. It ain't going to happen, right? So remember lesson number 1, and this is the only lesson I'm going to give you in this one, because the game is to be sold, not told. Believe nothing of what you hear. If you're going to survive in the streets, understand that everybody's a liar, backstabbing, cheating, deceiving, dishonest motherfucker that's gonna hoodwink you out of anything. Remember that, right? 99% of everything that you hear and see is bullshit. If somebody tells you the sky's blue outside, you better go out and look for yourself. Because for all you know, it's cloudy and raining out there. First step towards individuality and free thinking is to break free from optical illusions, right? Look at the agenda of somebody. You can always spot it. If somebody is saying me all the time, chances are he's trying to get over on you. Or people are trying to guilt trip you to death. That's another tactic of optical illusion in cooperation with neuro-linguistic programming. When you learn all this stuff, you become a mental cerebral assassin to be able to move through these streets and survive. And then next thing you know, you'll be 45 years old and you'll be able to stick your middle finger up to everybody who's fake and tell them real knows real. And it's just like that. I'm giving you this game, man, and I hope you apply it. And I hope after today, you seriously take a step back and reevaluate everything that you've been seeing and hearing, and you start looking towards the real. It's real easy to spot it. It's real easy to get into it. And it's real easy to step away and become that individual. Tune in next time, Prison Break Raw, bringing you that uncut, uncensored, no sugarcoating, no holds barred, no politically correct, all up in your face, slapping you with a dick of reality, and I'm out.